Just so we're clear, I'm not familiar with the lore of Paw Patrol. I don't know how any of this works, so bear with me. Tonight I watched Paw Patrol. Why? I just wanted to not think about life for a little while. But I have so many questions, comments, and concerns. But mostly questions. So what is the Paw Patrol movie about? Look, I'm just going to tell you what happened, okay? So there's this town called Adventure Bay, right? And all of their first responders are dogs. And they're led by how old is Ryder? Like 10? It's this kid, but I don't know how old he is. But the whole town of Adventure Bay has one cop dog, one firefighter dog. There's a dog that works construction. There's a helicopter dog, one that's scuba certified, and one that runs the trash man. So this pepperoni is named Liberty. She lives in the nearby city of Adventure City, which is a lot bigger than Adventure Bay. Well, she's upset because this guy here is named Humdinger and he was elected mayor. But apparently, I guess it was either like a fake election or a rigged election or a stolen election because he was the only name on the ballot. Which might also mean that nobody stepped up to run against him. We don't know. We just know he was named mayor. But he is not a dog person, he is a cat person. He has 6 cats, which makes me better than him because I have 7. But I digress. So he wants to implement a lot of shit. He wants to take away museums and libraries and dog parks. So Liberty calls the Paw Patrol. Why? I don't really know. He hadn't done anything yet. He was just elected. And if this is the case of a false election, this is on a federal level. This isn't a them thing. But we'll get to the questions. There's a lot of them. So the Paw Patrol travels to Adventure City where they have a new headquarters that was paid for by their merchandise. And they say so. To which they get their first call that says Mayor Humdinger done fucked up the fireworks display. And now there's a building on fire and there's fireworks everywhere. So they have to hop on their little cars and go down and take care of all these fireworks. To which then they send the cop to rescue people in the burning building and not the fire dog. Even though the fire dog was directly in front of the building but turned around, so he never saw that the building was on fire until Ryder, or whatever his name is, went and told him to go take out the fire. Why didn't we do that in the first place? And then the little trash man dog has to run EOD to get rid of the fireworks. I don't know if he's certified for that, but Chase the fireman dog accidentally got his parachute caught and he was blown off the building, so he was dangling there and almost fell and got hurt. So now he's afraid of heights and he's dealing with a little bit of that plus some PTSD because he was abandoned in Adventure City before he was found by Ryder and taken to Adventure Bay. So it's like a whole Dark Knight Rises kind of thing. He is dealing with some internal conflicts. Meanwhile, Mayor Humdinger decided he was going to add hyperloops to the subway. But apparently they were shittily made. So then they tried to send Chase to rescue these people up in the air again. Which he got scared and he froze, and that's why we're dealing with the internal conflict. But again, the firefighter dog had on his fire truck this ladder that goes up and it turns into a slide. So why we didn't send that in the first place, I have no fucking clue. Well, after all that, Chase is embarrassed and runs off. And Humdinger sends his goons to pick up Chase and take him to what used to be an obedience school, but now it's a jail for dogs. And while all this is going on, Humdinger went to the meteorology school and had them send up the Flimserdifer to suck up all the clouds in the sky and make it have good weather. However, this thing was not ready to suck up all the clouds in the sky. And it overheated and it caused a mass, really bad storm. A superstorm, if you will. So then they had to find Chase, amongst a bunch of other dogs who have been kidnapped and jailed. And while all that's happening, Humdinger done built him a big-ass tower to go on top of Humdinger Heights. So he has a hotel that has this big-ass tower to have his office in the top. And then when the superstorm hits, it's knocking that bitch over and causes a whole lot of problems. And now the pups are cleaning up the whole mess of the thing and trying to stop it. And then Sky has to run her helicopter into the Flimserdifer. And then she ejects like it's fucking Top Gun. And then Humdinger abandoned his cats to try to run away from the law. And he is arrested for public endangerment and gross negligence. And Liberty becomes a Paw Patrol member. The end. Moving on to the questions, comments, and concerns. I already told y'all that's the damn Flimserdifer, except it doesn't, shit out food. But tell me this man doesn't also look like the mayor of Swallow Falls before he becomes obese. Moving on. First and foremost, what happened in Adventure Bay that was so bad that the humans thought the first responders should be dogs instead of humans? How did we come to that conclusion? I'm not saying it's wrong, I just want to know how we got here. And why is there only one of each? There's plenty of dogs in the world. Like, it doesn't seem safe to only have one dog running the fire engine. Are dogs only allowed to work in the police sector of law enforcement? Or, like, can dogs be prison guards, parole officers? Are they lawyers? I feel really bad for this dog and this dog, because both of them only had, like, maybe 4 lines in the movie. Do they get more storylines in the show? So they didn't seem to have any kind of other first response in Adventure City, but yet they had Paw Patrol in Adventure Bay, and they had to go all the way from Adventure Bay, which is a lot smaller than Adventure City, to Adventure City to clean up crime. Meaning Adventure Bay probably has a much higher crime rate than the big-ass city of Adventure City. How much crime is in Adventure Bay? And if dogs have jobs in this world, why were there dogs on leashes in Adventure City? And then in regards to the story itself, they started going to Adventure City well before any of the shenanigans started happening. So what is it were they actually planning on doing of stopping Humdinger? Was this like in advance because they knew he was gonna fuck it up? Were they gonna go try to impeach him and remove him from mayoral office? How come they considered the Hyperloops dangerous, but putting their giant ass Hot Wheels track in the middle of the road not? These are the questions. Now, did I like this movie? I am extremely concerned via the world building. I mean, the dogs are put in peril, and they seem like cat people are, inherently terrible, but they are puppies, and it's really colorful. And the little bulldog is my favorite. 7.5 out of 10. Okay, bye. Paw Patrol will be there on the double. Something, something, something. Round Adventure Bay.